What's happening to all my fellow YouTubers out there, man? It's been a minute since I've been on YouTube creating content. I'm gonna try to get y'all caught up on what's going on with me today. As you know, I just recently got out of prison, October 29th, and I went that morning to try to take a DOT physical. I was denied taking a DOT physical. After I completed it, they told me they couldn't give me my card because I have an amputated leg. What they did do was give me the forms from the federal government that I have to fill out. It's 18 pages. It's the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration's Skill Performance Evaluation. It's 18 pages again. I have to find an orthopedic surgeon that is willing to administer this exam, sign the paperwork, and then I have to submit it with the government. And I'm being told that it takes anywhere from 3 to 6 months for them to respond to this paperwork. And I'm praying it doesn't take that long. After I was denied that, I started trying to find an orthopedic surgeon. I spent 6 weeks easily calling every doctor you can imagine, every physical therapist, trying to see if they had an orthopedic surgeon on their staff. I've driven as far north as Saginaw to Monroe, spent hundreds of dollars on fuel, and everybody has said no to me. No one wants to be held liable for anything that could happen, whether I cause an accident or someone else cause an accident. No one wants to have their name on a document saying that they thought I was fit or in enough shape to drive an 18-wheeler. I even had a waiver drawn up by an attorney to present to some of these doctors in hopes that they would reconsider and say, okay, we can at least administer the exam and let the feds decide whether or not you get the certificate or not. And they still told me no. As of last week, I found a doctor. Actually, I went into this doctor's office. I have 4 legs. I took the leg that I walk in every day. This is my walking leg. It rotates, it does everything. You name it, it can do it. This is my workout leg. I took this one with me. Play basketball, softball, run. I do everything with this leg. I took this one with me. This is the one I work in. I squat, lift weights, you name it, I can do it with this leg. This here is pretty strong. Anyway, I went in with a bag, took out my legs. I asked him if I can perform a couple exercises for him. He didn't understand what the hell was going on at the time. So I did some jumping jacks, I jumped rope, I did push-ups, body squats, everything. Then I showed him the paperwork that I needed to have filled out. He thought it was funny. He said, okay, I'm willing to help you. He has a organization he works with. They perform these skills performance evaluations for companies who have employees who have been hurt and need to get back to work. Only problem with that is they do not take medical insurance. So I had to pay $700 out of pocket to have this exam done, and it was a waiting list. So I'll be going on the 19th to take this test. And then after that, I see the doctor again on the 31st. He will go over my test. Again, the test is 4 hours long. I'm gonna spend 1 hour out on the road, driving a semi, a 10-speed semi. I will be uncoupling the semi, lifting tarps, things like that, even though I'm not driving flatbed. Back to their office for 3 hours and do physical work and have an exam inside of there where I'll be squatting, lifting, you name it. And then he's gonna look at all that paperwork on the 31st and make a decision on whether or not he will sign it based on their evaluation of me performing all these skills. And then I will submit it to the federal government, and hopefully I don't have to go through that long waiting process I was telling you about to get this certificate. Because once I get the certificate, it is for life, and I can then get my DOT card and start looking for work, OTR, which is what I plan on doing. It's rough, man. It's rough. So I plan on trying to start a nonprofit organization where I can help guys that get out of prison, get through this process of of adjusting, just having family support, because I had a lot of support getting this done. I had people making phone calls for me, tracking down doctors, trying to do favors with people that they may know in the medical field, and it was a long process. But I kind of want to help guys come home and get the support they need for whatever it is, whether it's dealing with stuff like this or not. And I want to help guys who are going through this process of finding a skills performance evaluator to do their test. Because I'm quite sure this is going on not just in Michigan. I've written letters to the Department of Transportation, Pete Buttigieg. I wrote letters to Gretchen Whitmer, and Gretchen Whitmer has written me back and told me the steps I need to take to try to get this issue resolved on the government level. I haven't heard back from the Department of Transportation yet. But this is a nightmare for anybody with an amputated leg or amputee trying to get a skills performance evaluation done. No doctor is willing to put his name on the line for fear of being sued. I'm supposed to test out on my CDL test next week. I don't know if they're gonna let me do it, seeing that I don't have the DOT card, even though I did fill out the paperwork at the Secretary of State to be able to drive in state, as long as I don't cross the state lines without a DOT physical. We're gonna see how that turns out. I'm supposed to take that test on the 17th. If they postpone it due to the paperwork, the SPE, I'll let you know. Until then, that's where we're at.